Hello friends, Seymour here. This video at the end of the August of 2020, I want to speak about women and the fact that they grossly overestimate their own value and marketability. This is of course more true again in the Western culture than it is in the Eastern or Latin America culture. We have to understand that this is not the same all over the world. Although the nature of women is the same, however, the fact that the women in the West, especially in the United States and perhaps Canada, so grossly overvalue themselves and have such delusional image of themselves has a lot to do with economics again. And just as with men, when you're a man and you don't have a good job and you don't have money, your confidence is basically down in the dumps. And with women, however, apart from the advantages that they're getting in the job market, yes, I said the advantages actually. You'll see these days many more women are graduating from colleges. Many women have these higher paying jobs, and they've been complaining about not getting the same pay for the same job so much that these days there are more women earning higher monies in many fields of industry than men. Not all, of course, but great many. And you've got these women also in the West that are coming out of divorces with huge chunks of money and the house that they got out of the divorce. Often, depending on how long they've been married, the husband has to pay her, I've heard if it's over 12 years or something. I think in the West, in California, United States, if you've been married more than 12 years to a woman, you could very well be responsible for paying spousal support to her for the rest of her life, or until she gets married, which often in such cases she just doesn't get married. So the women have the house and they have this big economic advantage behind them, so that somehow translates into their they somehow translate that into their own self-value. And that's why you see these unrealistic expectations that they have of men, and these long lists of that men have to qualify for to be with them. And these are women that past their 30s, 40s, sometimes 50s, with multiple children, and they never forget to remind us how their children are their world and they always come first. I'm sure you've seen it on these dating sites. It's a joke. It's a joke. If you're a man that is limiting himself to putting up with them, then my advice to you is don't. Because you always have the option of going overseas, and all those requirements will be immediately out the window. They just simply do not exist. But if you're in the West and you're dealing with women on these websites, you will see women that have such false high image of themselves, such high value they placed on themselves, and such high requirements, and there's a long list that men have to qualify in order for the pleasure of being with them, that it's mind-boggling. And what I wanted to point out in this video is that you don't have to put up with that. You really don't. And no matter how much a woman places a high value of herself, it's always up to you. It's always, you've heard of the saying that the world will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. That's very true. Same with women. If they sense that you're self-confident, if they sense that you place a high value on yourself and you stand your ground and you are not willing to take BS, you're fair, respectful and kind, but you are not willing to take BS from anyone, and you don't hesitate stating your own beliefs. You're not shy or timid about what you believe in, no matter who is in the room and who's listening. they will back off. They will back off and they will respect you. And the respect of a woman is crucial to a relationship as oxygen is to survival. If she doesn't respect you, ladies and gentlemen, you are dead. If a woman doesn't respect you, forget it. It's, as I've said before, it's much more important for her to respect you than to love you. She cannot love you if she does not respect you. And she will never tell you that she doesn't respect you. You will see it in her behavior. So the solution to these women with the high value, false high value they place on themselves, and these unrealistic requirements that they have, is to be someone that places a high value on himself and is confident, stands his ground, and is not willing to compromise on his standards and on his values. Now, in order to be that, you have to make yourself a man that is worthy of having those feelings and attitude. You cannot be a loser. You cannot be a loser who sits home and plays video games and doesn't attend to his hygiene standards, and is not worldly, is not educated, doesn't have anything to offer. Then put yourself in a woman's place. Would you want to be with a guy like that? So make yourself something worthy to be with. Make sure you have something to offer the world, and of course a woman, and then have that attitude. Have that attitude of not willing to put up with BS. It's a two-way street. I hope it's been clear. I hope this has helped, and I'll be back with you with another video. Seymour signing out.